Hello, very good afternoon. Are you able to hear me, guys? Can someone speak?
Yes, sir.
Audible? You are able to see me also, right? Yes, Soumya, Nitya Shri.
Sir.
We have another Soumya. We have Virendra. We have Nishta. We have Vasu, and we have who is not able to read the full name. Ari, double A-R-Y. Very good. Welcome. Good afternoon. So still waiting. Some more people have to join. See, there are almost 20 people have registered for this course. But since I said I will providing videos, some people are not attending classes. That's what is happening. So anyway, next week onwards, I'll start uploading videos for the previous month, and then you will get all of you who registered for that. You will get the videos. Okay. So welcome. Today, as I said, we are going to start the calculus. Calculus is really, what should I say, interesting and challenging. I know it's tough. Very interesting. Class 12th, in my opinion, I'm not saying other topics are not important, but in my opinion, class 12th or even IITs, if you master calculus, when I say calculus means what? I'm saying three things: differentiation, integration, and obviously most importantly, differential equations. If these three you master, believe me, most of you would be able to ace IITs, because calculus is the core of class 12. Class 12 is calculus, in my opinion. Okay, so we'll start from today the calculus part, and it will go for whole this month maybe. Let's see how deep you want to go. It will go for whole this month. All the three things. Okay. So let's start. Now, as I said, videos I'll start uploading next week. So in 5 or 6, 7 days, you start getting, and then once you get, you can all keep watching the previous videos, whatever we have done in the last month. Okay. Now, what is calculus and what is really it means? Anybody? Okay, so when I say calculus, we're going to talk about three things: differentiation, or is also called derivatives, so when I say calculus, these main three focus areas: calculus, right? Then we are going to talk about integration or integral calculus, both definite and indefinite both. This is called antiderivative, if you know, right? And then differential equations which require both differentiation and integration. We are going to go more deep. Okay, very deep all this thing. That is what calculus means. But before I start this today's topic of this differentiation or derivatives, I want to spend first 5-10 minutes or whatever time it takes to explain two or very important things, because without that there is no fun of understanding differentiation and derivatives or derivatives. How many of you know, and make your notes, guys, okay? How many of you know what do you mean by a function is continuous or not? It's very important. This is not part of this course, but pre-information is required. So I'll explain whether function is continuous or not. Okay, before that, how many of you know what is the practical usage of differentiation? I want to hear from you. Practical usage of anybody want to tell me? Because why we do differentiation? Why differentiation is so important, or integration? Why differentiation or integral calculus is useful in practical life? Anybody?
To calculate the change, something.
Very good. First thing is calculate the change. Rate of change is one of the application. Yes. What else? Nityashri, Nishta, Soumya, anybody? What are practical usage? Because when we're doing maths, it's not just to learn maths, right? Where is the practical usage? Some of you may go to research in future, right? So yes, rate of change. And I'll give you a very good example of physics. In physics, you use lot of integration and differentiation. You will not, I don't know how many of you know that, but if you use the I'll give you a simple example before we come to second. Though we'll do differentiation, but I'll give a very simple example. Yes, Soumya. Most of you will be knowing that in physics, there are 3 formulas or 4 speed, time, velocity, distance, right? Like S equal to ut plus half at square, right? You know the distance formula in physics, where it says S is distance covered, u is the initial velocity, t is the time period, plus half into a is the acceleration, t square, time square. And also v equal to u plus at. Final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration, time. It is something called v square minus u square. We are not going to use it, but I want to tell you how it is useful. The differentiation, integration, one v square minus, I roughly remember something like v square minus u square equal to something 2as. Again, v and u are the final initial velocity. A is the acceleration, s is the distance, right? There is no time here, so forget this. Now I'll tell you how you can use differentiation to arrive this. Let's see. Suppose, let's talk about the first formula. Forget this last one. Distance traveled is given by ut plus half at square. Now, if I use differentiation here, and as somebody said, rate of change, if I differentiate this equation with respect to time, I am taking derivative of the equation with respect to time. This becomes ds by dt. Means what? You learn all this. So, you are differentiating this with respect to time. So, d by dt of s or ds by dt. When you differentiate ut, you will get u. I'll explain you in the class this. Plus half into a is constant a. When you differentiate t square, become 2t. What is ds by dt? Rate of change of speed with time is velocity. U as it is. Half into cancel at. Can you believe? You got this formula, see? Means what? You this formula of distance, you differentiated with respect to time, you got arrived this. All are related. All these things now in physics and are related, and we use differentiation here. That is one simple example of how differentiation is useful. So rate of change, right? Rate of change. Distance over time, rate of change of distance over time, you got the velocity. That is one example. Any other examples? Where we use differentiation, integration. Integration, the biggest usage is, yes, Soumya, stocks. Can you explain, Soumya, what is, when you say stocks, where we use it? You are right. Please explain me. Whatever thoughts you have.
Sir, I think like the rate of change, like how
Profit loss
the stock,
calculation, right?
yeah, how the
You are
profit
right.
loss is changing.
Because some profit or some graph is there, you can differentiate it to get the profit loss equation. You are right. Very good. Vasu, machine learning very, very much. In machine learning, we use a lot. Okay, Soumya, nice. Vasu, tell me, explain me, unmute and explain. Machine learning in data science algorithm, you are right.
Yes, sir, it's used in machine learning to.
Machine learning requires a lot of maths, in fact, machine learning requires many, very, very, very important maths. Like lot of data, how to use your mathematical concept to solve data. And you are right,
Yes.
integration, differentiation. Very good.
Yes.
Anybody else? In physics, we use a lot. We also use in our geometry, like, you know what? Cosmology, Nishta, explain how.
So when we are studying the cosmos, we can never take the infinite space. We always take the visible or the average space that is available to us, and then apply integration to it, so that we can assume for the entire space.
Very good, Nishta.
Many calculations are done like that.
Very good. So, Nishta, you are interested in this cosmos and this space, is it?
Yes, sir. I did not take it as a subject because there's not much scope in India. But if it was like so much scope and money in it, I would definitely go for it.
Super. Then you can. So my son is mad about this. You know, I'll connect you with you.
Yes, sir.
He is mad about space. Like he also talked a lot about astrophysics and space,
Yes,
and all this.
astrophysics.
That's good. Maybe you can connect with him.
Astrobiology is also there, sir. If someone has taken biology, he can or she can go for astrobiology.
Is it biology? Is totally for me. Is totally like rocket science. I don't know biology much. Okay,
Yeah.
for me it's very so good. So it is useful that also. Also, if you see, guys, we can also use in terms of like finding the area under the curve. Integration is very useful. Area under the curve. You integrate a particular curve in definite integral from one limit to other, you get the area of the curve. So, guys, differential integration is not just for maths or theory. Lot of usage in research. In, like you said, lot of practical. It is useful. So good. Good that many of you know that, and many of you are interested to know that, do this. Very good. So differentiation, integration, both are highly skilled topics. Now let's come back to talking about what do you mean by function which is continuous and not continuous. It's a very, very interesting concept. Let me explain. What do you mean by function is continuous or function is not a continuous? Suppose, let me make a xy plane. We're talking about 2D only till as of now. Okay. And suppose say this is my x and y. It's a very important concept to start with for, sorry, this is my y axis, y axis. Okay. And suppose this function fx, suppose say I have some function y equal to fx. Okay. That is standard way of saying. And suppose, no, Vatsal, we are talking about the practical usage of calculus. Nothing. So just start with the function, whether function is continuous or not. How? Suppose say I have some function. Some function is there. So this arrow shows that it goes both from left to right and the infinite. Now, whether this function is continuous function or not. So I'll tell you the mathematical way. I'll tell you our generic unit intuitive way also. What do you mean by function is continuous or not? In layman's term, जावे भी फंक्शन में आपको कोई ब्रेक दिखे या कोई स्काइप एकदम से दिखे स्पाइक या कोई जंप, तो वो फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस नहीं हो सकता है. In English, if you see any spike or any hole in the function, that function cannot be continuous. In mathematical term, if a function has to be continuous, there are 3 or 4 conditions. Let's talk about each condition one by one. First is, suppose say y equal to fx. तो पहले हम देखेंगे whether function is defined or not at every place, whether function limit exists or not, where there is a hole or not, where there is spike or not, and where the value is equal or not. There are 5 things to see. First of all, say this is my some place A, some point A. Okay. So at this point A, this is value of this function. At position A on the axis, the value function is fa. So first of all, we'll say whether this function fx exists or not. So if you see, listen, this is like not a very easy concept, but let me make something. Say this is my something. So left side of this, matlab A minus, matlab left side of A, the function exists. Okay. Right side of this, the function exists. Limit of the function at x tends to A exists. So we can say this function exists. So first thing is function exists because both left side of A and right side of A, the function is there. So function exists. Now, exactly at A, is the function defined? No, there is a break in between. This red dot I put, but there was nothing blue line, right? So I will say fa not defined because वहां पे तो कोई function define ही नहीं है, right? There is a hole there. Though the limit exists left side, right side, but a function is not defined. So you will say This is the first condition. You will say function is not continuous. Function is not continuous. Let me write it. Why function is not continuous? Because in this case, function is not defined at A. But f of A is not defined. No function exists at A exactly. Left side में exist है, right side में exist है. But exactly at position A, function is not defined. That's why this function is not continuous. Clear, everybody? Because if you see at this point, there is a gap here, right? There is a gap here. That's why we'll say function is not continuous. That is the first thing. Let's take another scenario now. Let's take another scenario now. If I say, let me remove all this. Now, if I draw this function similarly, but I draw some dot here. Sorry, not blue, not red, blue dot only. So my function is like this. This blue line, then at A exactly this, and then this. Now, let's talk about. फिर से there are three things. Function exists. Again, let's take a point A, जो कि I can see here. So function exists over the left side of limit, yes. Function exists on the right side of the limit, yes. You will say function exists. Okay. So I'll say fx exists. मतलब कि limit I'm not writing, but you can say function exists both left side or right side of x tends to A. Is function defined at x equal to A? हाँ, is defined at x equal to A. The value of the function is this, not this, because at A the value suddenly becomes this. जो मैंने function में दिया है blue dot से. So you can say the function fa is defined, but the value of function fa is not equal to, because जो यहाँ पे function के value यहाँ इसका the value of the function should be approximately ये होना चाहिए, right? But इसका value ये है, means fa is defined, but the value is not equal to fa. Value is not equal to, क्योंकि अगर फंक्शन ऐसा होता तो यहाँ पे वैल्यू इसका ये होता, राइट? बट वैल्यू तो ये है. So there are three things. Function fx exists, fa is defined, but the value fa is not, or the function value, the value of this function at A is not equal to fa. The value of function y equal to fx at the position A is not equal to f of A. So here also you can say function is not continuous. यहाँ पे condition is different. Function is not continuous because value is not equal to f of A. Value should be this, but हमारा value ये defined है. So it is not continuous. Clear है second point? Why function is not continuous?
Sir, can you please repeat once more second point?
तो लेट मी मेक दिस. देखो पहले और दूसरे फंक्शन में डिफरेंस क्या बताता हूं मैं. पहले और दूसरे फंक्शन में ये है कि यहाँ पे मेरा पहला फंक्शन तो ऐसा था, तो बीच में गैप था यहाँ पे, राइट? दिख रहा है. तो फंक्शन एट द पोजीशन इज नॉट
डिफाइंड.
करेक्ट. लेकिन अब जो नया फंक्शन बनाया ना मैंने, वो उसको मैं इसलिए कह रहा था ब्लू बनाऊंगा यहाँ पे कि सो दैट ये फंक्शन यहाँ जा रहा है, यहाँ भी जा रहा है, बट एग्जैक्टली एट पे वैल्यू ये है इसका. ये बोल, ये डॉट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मतलब ए से जब थोड़ा कम वैल्यू है तब तो वैल्यू ये है, ए से कम के ऊपर. तो ए से थोड़ा ज्यादा हुआ तो वैल्यू ये है, और एग्जैक्टली ए पे इसका वैल्यू ये है. ये इसका वैल्यू, एक्चुअली उसका वैल्यू यहाँ पे ये होना चाहिए. तो फंक्शन तो एग्जिस्ट हो रहा है, फंक्शन डिफाइन भी हो रहा है एक्स इक्वल टू ए पे, बट फंक्शन वैल्यू दिस वैल्यू एंड दिस वैल्यू डिफरेंट, क्योंकि ऊपर चला गया ना. अगर यहाँ पे होता
Yes.
तो फंक्शन बोलते हम लोग कंटिन्यूअस है, वो नहीं हो रहा है।
तो सर वो डॉट तो वो सिग्निफाई कर रहा है ना कि वहाँ ए के उस पे उस डॉट की हाइट पे उसकी
नहीं,
वैल्यू क्या है?
वही कंफ्यूजन लोग, ये पूरा फंक्शन अगर मैं तेको रेड से बना के दिखाता हूँ कि व्हाट इज द फंक्शन, ये फंक्शन मेरा ऐसा है, ये फंक्शन ऐसा आया ऐसा आया ऐसा आया और जस्ट ए पे ये हो गया और फिर ये फंक्शन ऐसा,
ओके
बीच में गैप है और एग्जैक्टली ए पे फंक्शन की वैल्यू ये हो गई। और व्हाट आई ट्राई टू से एवरीबॉडी इज एग्जैक्टली ए पे द फंक्शन वैल्यू बिकम्स दिस, इसलिए फंक्शन नॉट कंटिन्यूअस, क्योंकि एक्स इक्वल पे डिफाइन तो पिछले केस में क्या था, ए टू एक्स इक्वल टू पे वो होल था वहां पे, राइट?
यस
यहाँ पे होल नहीं है, यहाँ पे ये डिफाइंड है। मतलब ऐसा बात, सपोज ए का वैल्यू सपोज ले लो 5, एक प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, वो सही नहीं है, मतलब मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि सपोज ए वाज 5, गाइस अगेन दिस इज नॉट अ प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल, सपोज ए इक्वल टू 5, तो सपोज से फंक्शन का वैल्यू था, सपोज ए इक्वल टू 5 है, तो मैं इसको यहाँ पे ये 5 बना देता हूँ, ठीक है? तो मैं बोल सकता, और सपोज ये वैल्यू पे ले लेता हूँ, जस्ट टू गिव एग्जांपल गाइस, ये वैल्यू लेता हूँ मैं स्केल यहाँ पे 0 1 2, सपोज ये वैल्यू 3 है, ठीक है? तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि फंक्शन जब a लेस देन 5 है, मतलब सपोज a सपोज से 4.999 कुछ है,
ओके
when a is 4.999, तब तो फंक्शन का वैल्यू मेरा 3 है।
ओके
और जब a is थोड़ा सा 5 से ऊपर है, से 5.0011 समथिंग में, तब भी मेरा फंक्शन का वैल्यू 3 है।
मगर जब 5 है,
जब एग्जैक्टली इक्वल टू 5 है तो फंक्शन का वैल्यू वैसे 3 होना चाहिए, लेकिन जो फंक्शन डिफाइंड है वो फंक्शन का वैल्यू मेरा यहाँ पे है ना, ये है, इसको
हाँ
ये
जी।
मान लो कितना हो गया, सपोज ये हो गया 20, फंक्शन वैल्यू 20 हो गया। एग्जैक्टली एफ ऑफ ए इक्वल टू 3 पे, मतलब एफ ऑफ ए 5 पे फंक्शन 20 हो गया होना में। अगर ये 3 और 3 यहाँ भी 3 आता तो फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस होता, पर इसका वैल्यू एकदम 20, मतलब एग्जैक्टली इस लिमिट पे फंक्शन का वैल्यू एकदम से स्पाइक हो गया।
यस एक वो एक सीरीज थी सर, उसमें एक प्लेन होता है, वो 1960s में जाता है,
हाँ
टेक ऑफ करता है और लैंड करता है ब्लैक होल में से वापस आके
हाँ
2000s में।
हाँ
ये वो टेलीपोर्ट करके वापस आ गया है वाला फंक्शन।
हाँ तो वही बोला, तो और ऐसा होता है क्योंकि एकदम स्पाइक आया था कभी, राइट? तो दोज आर नॉट कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन। इज एवरीवन क्लियर कि कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन ये क्यों नहीं है? पहले केस में होल था, सेकंड केस में स्पाइक है एग्जैक्टली।
But sir,
यस प्लीज
सर ये डॉट लगेगा कहाँ पे? At the y intercept?
ग्राफ पे
नहीं, देखो
20 पे।
सौम्या, ये फंक्शन मैंने ऐसे बनाया, अगर इसको ध्यान से देखो ना, तो इसको वापस यहाँ बनाता हूँ, ये फंक्शन ऐसा बना मेरा, ऐसा बना, फिर एकदम से वैल्यू ये हो गया और फिर मेरा फंक्शन चला गया, ये फंक्शन।
Okay, ठीक है।
दिस इज फुल फंक्शन। तो ये डॉट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि फंक्शन का वैल्यू एकदम लिमिट पे ये हो गया, तो ये फंक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज नॉट ए कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन। ये सेकंड केस हुआ। अब आते हैं थर्ड केस पे, मजेदार है, थर्ड केस पे आते हैं। टू केस एवरीबॉडी इज क्लियर? या तो होल हो तो कंटिन्यूअस, आई एम टेलिंग इन वेरी सिंपल लैंग्वेज, अगर होल है तो फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है, अगर स्पाइक है तो फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है। अब आते हैं थर्ड केस पे। अगर मैं फंक्शन ऐसा बनाता हूं, सपोज एक एग्जांपल लेता हूं, फिर से वो कंडीशन वही है, ये सपोज हमारा ए है, क्योंकि लिमिट में एक की बात, एक वो लिमिट एक कुछ भी हो सकता है। सपोज मेरा फंक्शन ऐसे आया, इधर से आया इन्फिनिटी से यहां तक, और फिर मेरा फंक्शन सपोज उसको ले लो कि कहीं से चला गया ऐसे। ये एक जो मैं तुम्हें डॉट बना के यहाँ पे वो दिखाता हूँ, हल्का सा लाइन दिखा के, कि इस केस में, सॉरी वो पूरा वर्टिकली बनाया मैंने, बट पॉइंट इज दिस, जो मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूं कि व्हाट इज हो रहा है कि, और ये बहुत मिनिएचर है, मतलब कि अब बताओ, पहले बताओ यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, इस फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस है या नहीं वो तो बात की बात है। पहले की फंक्शन इज डिफाइंड, लेफ्ट साइड में x इक्वल टू फंक्शन डिफाइंड है, राइट, इन्फिनिटी से आ रहा है यहाँ तक। देखो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग नाउ, ये हमारा लिमिट है, तो लेफ्ट साइड में तो फंक्शन डिफाइन हो रहा है, ये आ रहा है, देखो राइट ग्राफ, राइट साइड में फंक्शन डिफाइंड है, राइट, बट द लेफ्ट साइड एग्जैक्टली एट द हमारे लिमिट पे, लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द वैल्यू ऑफ द फंक्शन इज नॉट इक्वल टू राइट साइड ऑफ फंक्शन। यहाँ पे वैल्यू इतना है, यहाँ पे वैल्यू एकदम इतना है। और इसको अगर मैथमेटिकल नंबर लिखना है तो आप ये बोल सकते हो, जो फंक्शन है एफ ऑफ एक्स, मेरे से मैंने लिखा नहीं है, लिमिट कैसे लिखते हैं उसको, लिमिट एक्स टेंड्स टू ए नेगेटिव, मतलब लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ है, राइट। और जो फंक्शन है, सेम फंक्शन, इसको लिखने का तरीका है लिमिट, वही मैंने हिंदी में, आई एम टेलिंग इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज, द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट इक्वल। इन सिंपल टर्म्स ये मेरी ये लिमिट है, लेफ्ट साइड फंक्शन एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, नो प्रॉब्लम, राइट साइड में एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, नो प्रॉब्लम, मतलब एग्जिस्ट तो कर रहा है, लेकिन एग्जैक्ट लिमिट पे जो ये लिमिट वाला पॉइंट है ए का, द वैल्यू ऑफ फंक्शन द लेफ्ट साइड राइट साइड इज नॉट इक्वल, इसलिए कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है। और वैसे भी नॉर्मल टर्म में देखा जाए तो कंटिन्यूअस मतलब क्या होता है, एक कंटिन्यूअस लाइन जा रही है, ना होल हो रहा है ना स्पाइक हो रहा है, ना कि दो डिफरेंट आंसर आ रहे हैं, दो डिफरेंट नंबर दिख रहे हैं। यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, लिमिट पे एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ ए, लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड में बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है, राइट। So in this case also function is not continuous, क्योंकि इन दोनों हमको फंक्शन हैज टू बी कंटिन्यूअस, ये दोनों वैल्यू सेम होना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही पॉइंट पे यहाँ पे वैल्यू बहुत कम है, यहाँ पे वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा है। और यू कैन से लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ फंक्शन एट ए, राइट साइड ऑफ फंक्शन एट ए, बोथ द वैल्यूज आर नॉट इक्वल, दैट्स व्हाई दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस। क्लियर है, सिंपल है।
सर एक डाउट है,
पूछो पूछो।
अगर मिरर इमेज होती, सिमेट्रिकल मिरर इमेज, ये राइट हैंड साइड वाला अगर स्लाइड करके नीचे लाते हैं, ठीक उसके साइड में,
हाँ
लेफ्ट वाले के, और सेम शेप होती तो इक्वल होता ना।
हाँ, देखो तुम्हें पॉइंट क्या बता रहा हूँ मैं, क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि यह एक ही पॉइंट पे फंक्शन की दो वैल्यू हो गई है। प्रॉब्लम ये पॉइंट मैंने सब चौड़ा बनाया, लेकिन बहुत मिनिएचर, मतलब अगर मेरा फंक्शन ऐसा जा रहा है तो कंटिन्यूअस है, क्योंकि किसी भी एक पॉइंट पे दो वैल्यू नहीं हो सकती। यहाँ पे एक x इक्वल टू ए पे, तो जब मैं बोलो लिमिट x टू ए, मतलब क्या, a से बहुत कम, a का वैल्यू 5 है, तो मतलब लेफ्ट साइड में 4.99999, मतलब ये बोल रहा हूँ, मतलब पॉइंट से जस्ट लेफ्ट साइड में, उस पॉइंट से राइट साइड में वैल्यू कैन नॉट बी डिफरेंट। तो तुम एग्जांपल बोल रहे हो मिरर इमेज का, वो तो कंटिन्यूअस ही होगा, क्यों, क्योंकि वो कंटिन्यूअस डिफाइन हो रहा है, वहां पे लेफ्ट साइड में डिफरेंट नहीं है। हमें जो बात करें मिनिएचर की, इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल थिंग। मैं और इनडायरेक्टली अगर उसको बोले एक ही पॉइंट पे फंक्शन की दो वैल्यू नहीं हो सकती।
हाँ जी,
अगर दो वैल्यू तो कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है वो।
यस,
गॉट इट एवरीबॉडी?
यस 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 यस, इट्स लाइक
टू वैल्यू, एक पॉइंट पे टू वैल्यू
डॉट्स ऑन वन लाइन।
हाँ, so mathematically हम will write like this.
ओके सर,
So we'll say fx is not the same as fx of left and right side. ये तो तीन केस हो गए, अब चौथा केस है, बहुत इजी है। एंड गाइस दिस इज जस्ट फॉर योर प्रीकर्सर, बिकॉज़ फाइनल डिफरेंशिएशन करना है हमको, ये सिर्फ तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए बस। अगर चौथा पांचवा केस ये हो गया कि सपोज इफ आई टेक ए फंक्शन, ये तो तुम खुद ही बोल दोगे सर कि सब क्लियर दिख रहा है। अगर मैं फंक्शन ऐसा बनाऊं कि सपोज कोई लेफ्ट साइड से आ रहा है फंक्शन, ऐसा इन्फिनिटी से आ रहा है और कहीं जा रहा है ऊपर, ऐसा, ओके। और क्या हो रहा है, कोई फंक्शन चल रहा है, मेरा ए वाला पॉइंट ये है, वो हमेशा वही रहेगा। तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है, फंक्शन तो डिफाइंड है, बट फंक्शन इज डिफाइंड है, बट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज द फंक्शन इज गोइंग इनफिनाइट एट एक्स इक्वल टू, देखो यहाँ पे फंक्शन इज गोइंग टू इनफिनाइट वैल्यू, एकदम पूरा वर्टिकल हो गया ना यहाँ पे, एट एक्स इक्वल टू ए प्लस, या तो ए प्लस पे या ए माइनस पे। अगर मैं दूसरा केस भी लेता हूं, एक फंक्शन जा रहा है ऐसा, एक फंक्शन जा रहा है ऐसा, सेम ही फंक्शन है, दो फंक्शन नहीं है, और ये मेरा ए का है। पॉइंट ये है पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ में लिमिट या नेगेटिव साइड में लिमिट, अगर फंक्शन इन्फिनिट जा रहा है सो ऑब्वियसली इट कैन नॉट बी कंटिन्यूअस। ये पहला डायग्राम मैंने ठीक नहीं बनाया है लिखने के लिए, लेट मी वन सेकंड। मतलब वो इन्फिनिट जा रहा है, ये बोल रहा हूँ। व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दिस इज गोइंग एज इन्फिनिट। अरे करूँ कैसे बनेगा, वन सेकेंड। व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दिस फंक्शन इज इन्फिनिट, मतलब फंक्शन आया, वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेक इट हियर, फंक्शन इन्फिनिट, ये जो सीधा लाइन होता है ना इन्फिनिट का, करेक्ट। हाँ, मतलब कि एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ एक्स इक्वल टू ए पे वो वाई का वैल्यू इन्फिनिट हो गया, ये देखो यहाँ पे, राइट। और ये तो चल रहा है, तो नेगेटिव साइड में ये समझ मेरा ए का लाइन है, ठीक है। तो क्या हुआ यहाँ पे ये हुआ जो फंक्शन का वैल्यू है एफ एक्स एट एक्स टेंड्स टू ए नेगेटिव साइड ऑफ लिमिट, मेरा फंक्शन बिकम इन्फिनाइट। राइट साइड में तो ठीक है, राइट साइड में तो फंक्शन प्रॉपर चल रहा है, करेक्ट। ये हमारा ए है हमारा, सो ए साइड के जस्ट थोड़ा नेगेटिव में तो फंक्शन बिकम इन्फिनाइट, सो दोस फंक्शन कैन नॉट बी कंटिन्यूअस। सिमिलरली एक राइट साइड में लेते हैं कि मेरा कोई फंक्शन चल रहा है और ये इन्फिनाइट, इनफैक्ट ये दोनों साइड का है, मैंने राइट, ये मतलब जस्ट एक, ये ए का लिमिट है मेरा, तो ए के जस्ट लेफ्ट साइड में भी फंक्शन इन्फिनाइट हो गया और ए के राइट साइड में भी इन्फिनाइट हो गया। और अगर मुझे सिर्फ राइट साइड का लेना था तो मैं एक फंक्शन बनाता हूँ आराम से कुछ से ये लेफ्ट साइड का और ये राइट साइड का, ये लिमिट। इन तीनों केस में या तो लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ ए इज इन्फिनाइट या राइट साइड ऑफ ए इज इन्फिनाइट या बोथ लेफ्ट साइड इन्फिनाइट। ऑब्वियसली इन केस में भी वी कैन से फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस। These are the 6 scenarios where function is not continuous. और वैसे भी लेमैन के टर्म में देखो तो अगर एक फंक्शन का सिंपल लाइन जा रहा है, कहीं बीच में गैप नहीं है, कहीं स्पाइक नहीं है, कहीं इन्फिनाइट नहीं है, तो फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूअस, करेक्ट। इज एवरीवन ओके ऑन दिस? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ फंक्शन? कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन का कांसेप्ट बेसिक ये है, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी होल, देयर शुड बी एनी स्पाइक, देयर शुड बी टू वैल्यूड सेम पॉइंट पे टू डिफरेंट वैल्यू आ रहा है, neither the left side neither the right side function can be infinite at the limit. All these functions are not continuous. और इसको कन्वर्सली बोले, अगर मैं एक सिंपल सा फंक्शन ऐसा बनाऊं, if I make a simple function, say I'll erase all this, एक सिंपल फंक्शन बना रहा हूं, ऑब्वियसली कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन है, ना में स्पाइक है, ना होल है, ना लेफ्ट राइट में डिफरेंट है, ना इन्फिनिट हो रहा है एट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट, दिस फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूअस, राइट। किसी भी पॉइंट पे पहले मैं यहाँ पे मैं इसको स्प्लिट कर दूं, यहाँ पे 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 स्प्लिट कर दूं, एट एनी पॉइंट आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी एनी ऑफ द 6 सिनेरियो व्हिच आई एक्सप्लेन्ड, दैट इज व्हाई दिस फंक्शन इज अ कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन, दैट्स इट। All good. I know this is a total new concept. मतलब अगर 12th का नहीं पढ़ा है तो it will be new concept. But it's okay. Everybody got it. अब आते हैं. Yes, Surya. That was the point. So that is about continuous function. Now let's about differentiability. What is differentiability? Before we go to differentiation, we'll do some differentiation today. Differentiability. First of all, अगर फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है then you cannot differentiate. So function has to be continuous. Function must be continuous to be differentiable. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि फंक्शन तो कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है and we are saying differential in domain. सबको पता होगा डोमेन और रेंज क्या होता है, ये क्लास 11 में सबने पढ़ा होगा व्हाट इज द डोमेन ऑफ ए फंक्शन, व्हाट इज रेंज ऑफ ए फंक्शन, राइट? पढ़ा है, थोड़ा सा रिव्यू करना है इसमें. एवरीबॉडी नोज दैट व्हाट इज डोमेन ऑफ ए फंक्शन, व्हाट इज रेंज ऑफ ए फंक्शन, राइट?
Domain is y and range is x.
उल्टा उल्टा, डोमेन इज x, y वैल्यू इज, उस डोमेन में जो भी एप्लीकेबल वैल्यू ऑफ फंक्शन है वो होता है y, वो होता है रेंज, वेयर फंक्शन एग्जिस्ट. तो डिफरेंशियबिलिटी मतलब डिफरेंशियबिलिटी जब भी हो सकती है जब फंक्शन इज कंटिन्यूअस. The function has to be continuous, but there is to be differentiable. But it does not mean that all continuous functions are differentiable. But it definitely means that a function is differentiable. It means it is a continuous function. समझो मतलब. The mandatory requirement for a function to be differentiable is not differentiable. It has to be continuous. But does not mean that कि सारे continuous functions जो होते हैं वो differentiable होगा, नहीं. And what is differentiability? Differentiability ये होती है कि सपोज मेरा कोई फंक्शन fx है. I'll tell you what is differentiability of function. For example, if I say suppose fx is my function, okay, and कोई एक पॉइंट ले x equal to a और x equal to x, सपोज से at point x equal to a, and limit tends to a, अरे if limit x tends to a, अगर if suppose f of x minus f of a by x minus a, अगर ये कंडीशन हो रहा है, एक ही कंडीशन है, अगर ये कंडीशन हो रहा है कि exists finitely, then you can say function is differentiable. ध्यान से समझो, any function, suppose a point at x equal to a, कोई a point लिया, then limit x tends to a, fx minus fa by x minus a, अगर वो exist होता है finitely, then the function is differentiable. इतना सही है. अब differential अब क्या, हम लोग अब स्टार्ट करेंगे differential होता क्या है, but Soumya, limit means which one you want? You are saying the domain and range?
Yeah, how to write the limit? I know domain
Not the
and
limit. I am
range.
saying domain and range. मेरा तो domain range क्या होता है?
Yeah, that I know.
हाँ, I was telling you about that only. कि किसी भी function का domain और range, domain is the value of range, value of x,
Yes.
where the function exists, and range
Yes.
is the that value of the
हाँ.
function.
Yes, sir.
वही बात कर रहा हूँ. Limit तो हम लोग वही बात कर रहे हैं कि उसमें function exist होता है कि नहीं. जैसे पिछले केस में किया हमने, function दिख रहा है, x to left side of a और right side of a, that is the limit of it. अब यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking only about one thing, कि what a function is differentiable. A function is differentiable only if, मतलब ये अगर कंडीशन एक हुआ कि जो भी फंक्शन fx दिया है, अब हमको देखना है फंक्शन इज डिफरेंशिएबल एट a और नॉट. If this function different x equal to a, then definitely fx minus fa divided by x minus a should be existing finitely. That is the meaning of a function differentiable or not. That's it. So we'll solve a lot of problem on differentiability or differentiation, how to find derivatives and all. But that is the precursor. These both the things. जो मैंने continuous function का बोला और दो मैंने इसका बोला कि differentiable. These are just the precursor. You don't need all this. It's just in back of mind कि या ये concept है. So what is differentiation? Differentiation के लिए हम लोग या तो उसको बोलते हैं d of dx. We represent like that. Suppose मेरा function है y equal to fx. अच्छा ये बताओ y equal to fx में which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable? Suppose y equal to fx. X is the independent variable.
Y is
the
dependent
dependent.
on x.
Correct? Y is dependent on x. Right. Y is dependent, x is independent. So, if some function y equal to fx which is differentiable and obviously continuous, so when you take a differentiation derivative, we represent it as a term of d by dx. d dx we call it. Or we also represent in terms of f dash x. f dash x मतलब कि you are taking the derivative of that function. We are taking derivative of that function. We call it differentiation of the function or derivative. Let's solve from very, very basic, and we are going to solve 10-15 problems very fast in 20 minutes. So I will use both the term f dash x also and ddx also. There are some 8 or 9 standard rules or standard formulas. See, integration will have a lot of formulas and differentiation also. And these are very easy. You have to just understand them. कोई भी function nx, suppose let me write some standard differentiation standards. Okay. Different. Suppose function मेरा x to power n का है. So again, left side I am writing कि I am taking d dx of everybody. Okay. What I am going to write here now, it means, one second. It means we are taking d by dx of, or we are differentiating function with respect to x. अच्छा मैं वो भी बता देता हूँ कि मतलब क्या होता है इसका. Differentiating, because उसके बाद हमको आज और कल और next week we have to solve lot of problems. Differentiation with respect to x. मतलब कि suppose मेरा function है y equal to 4x square. मतलब ये क्या है, इसमें x is a independent variable, y is a dependent. So we are differentiating the function y with respect to x. So I'll say d by dx. So I am differentiating with x. अगर मैं function ऐसा लिखता हूँ, suppose if I write y equal to 4t cube or 4t square. समझो what I am trying to say. So my function is 4y equal to 4t square. So this function is, here t is the independent variable. I am differentiating the function with respect to t, dt. So I am saying I am differentiating the function y with respect to t. जैसे हम लोगों ने पहले किया था ना अभी फिजिक्स वाले में, s equal to ut plus half at square, right? उसकी एग्जांपल देता हूँ. Suppose I was saying is equal to ut plus half at square. और मैंने बोला था यहाँ पे s is the distance, u is the initial velocity, t is the time, and a is the acceleration. Suppose initial velocity is constant and acceleration is constant, suppose. So now if I am differentiating this, I am differentiating this function with respect to time. So I'll say ds by dt. Or I'll say I am taking d by dt of s. That is the way of saying. कि उसके बाद सब क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करें, so d by dt of s. This dt shows I am differentiating this function with respect to t time. This is a constant. This is constant. Half is constant. A I already said a constant. So only variable is t. Okay. So that is the core thing which we are going to use. In our question we are going to use x. So we are differentiating with respect to x. So if you are differentiating function x to power n, the differential of this function is given by n of x to power n minus 1. Many of you will be knowing it, but how should I write? Okay. These are the standards. Any function with the power x to power n, if you differentiate, you will get n into x to power n. For example, कुछ एग्जाम्पल करते हैं. सपोज मैंने फंक्शन दिया y इक्वल टू 4x क्यूब, या y लेते fx लेते, so that you will know what happening. F of x is say 4x cube. So fx is a function 4x cube. So if you want to differentiate it, d of ddx of fx or f dash x, I'll use f dash x as the convention. तो क्या होने वाला है इसका डिफरेंशिएशन? 4 इज ए कांस्टेंट, तो ऐसे आ जाएगा x क्यूब, कोई भी फंक्शन विद x टू पावर n, तो डिफरेंस गिवन बाय n इनटू x मैन, तो यहां पे हो गया 3 इनटू x n minus 1, तो 3 minus 1, 2. So differentiate of this function or f dash is 12x square. Simple है. So differentiate of this function is 12x square. or derivative function fx is 12x square. Let's do 3-4 questions very quickly to solve this first problem. Any function to the power x to power n. Clear? Tell me, if my function is this, minus 12 x to the power 5, tell me what will be derivative of this function? Quickly, guys. 8, x equal to 2. So find the derivative of this function at x equal to 2. So क्या करने वाले हम लोग? First we'll take the derivative, then put the value. fx equal to minus 12x5. So what will be f dash x? f dash x will be minus 12 into x to the power 5 का क्या होगा? 5x4. Right everybody? Basic है ये. कितना हो गया? Minus 60 x to the power 4. That is the derivative function in the form of f dash x. अब x equal to 2 पे चाहिए तो value, put the value of 2. That's it. तो हो गया minus 60 times x to the power 4 to 2 to the power 4, 16 minus 960. The derivative of this function is 960 na Mahesh? हाँ Nityashri, you are right. So derivative of this function at x equal to 2 is minus 960. Is anyone any confusion? This is the basic, very basic thing. Any question? So everybody find this now. Find the derivative of the function fx, which is given as 3x to the power minus 2 at x equal to 1. Can you find out, guys, everybody fast? What is derivative function? This is very simple one, and we are going to go very deep in differentiable. Very deep. We are going to do a lot of questions on differentiation. What is the f dash x of 3x to the power minus 2 at x equal to 1? First tell me what is f dash x, and then tell me value. Everyone please. So what is f dash x? Soumya, batao, how shall we do it?
Set 3 into minus 2
3 into
and
minus 2.
into x to the power minus 3.
Correct. Because minus 2, minus 1, so minus 3.
Yes.
First we write the function, so it becomes minus 6.
Minus 6
Minus 6 by x cube, right?
by x. Yeah.
Is everybody okay this? The function value would be, not value, the function will be, f dash will be minus 6 by x cube. हाँ, आप substitute करना है value 1, which is very easy. So answer is minus. Good, thank you. Is everyone okay on this? Let's solve one more. If function fx is minus 5x to the power 2 by 3, tell me what will be the f dash x? And this is known as derivative or first derivative. What would be f dash x? Nitishri, can you tell me how will you solve this?
Minus 5 into 2 by 3 x power 2 by 3 minus 1, which is
right.
minus 10 by 3 x power minus 1 by 3.
Right. So f dash will be minus 10 by 3 x to power minus 1 by 3, or you take a denominator, whichever way. Everybody is perfectly okay here. Now all this is known as first derivative. Now why I am telling first derivative? Because I am going to tell you second, third, fourth derivative also. So this is all known as first derivative, or we say d of dx, or we call it f dash x, always of, right? These are known as first derivative. Is everybody CC on this? If I say find second derivative of y equal to 5x cube, listen very carefully now. It's very easy, but still, first derivative will be dy by dx or f dash x, right? Which will be 5 into 3 into x square. Everybody agree? Same method. So my first derivative of dy by dx is 15x square. No doubt everybody is okay on this. Now second derivative means take one more time derivative. So take one more differentiation of this. So dy by dx becomes d2y by dx square. We call it d2y or f dash dash x. d2y, this is just the convention, guys. Nothing to think more about it. dx square. Third derivative will become d3y by dx cube. Fourth derivative d4x by dx4. वो differential equation वही करने वाले हम लोग. Means what? Now your question becomes this 15x square. उसका derivative ले लो. So 15 into x square का 2x, 30x. And if I change the question again, I say find third derivative. Third derivative में क्या करने वाले? We'll find the one more time derivative. d3x d3y by dx cube. But इसे लिखने का तरीका है, you don't have to really worry about this, but main thing is how to find derivative. So 30x is the question now. So 30x का क्या होगा? 30 और x का 1. So answer is 30. So first derivative, second derivative, third derivative is not different because keep taking derivative. Soumya, I explained that derivative means you to find rate of change. जो मैंने example दिया था शुरू में physics का, right? A equation is given of distance, right? You take a derivative, you get a velocity. Again, you take a derivative of the velocity, you get acceleration, right? ds by dt is v, dv by dt is acceleration. So you can use the derivative to find. So there are so many things. You find rate, you use in physics. You also use in local maxima, minima. You also use to find increasing function, decreasing function. So there are a lot of application of derivatives. Okay. So let everybody solve one more question before I move on. Find third derivative of fx equal to minus 3 Can everybody solve this? Tell me the answer. Everybody find the third derivative of fx equal to minus 3 root x or minus 3x power half. But tomorrow we are going to talk about derivative in very deep, where we are going to use some standard 7 8 formulas, and we are going to take lot of derivative of different functions. Okay. What is third derivative of this? So Jai Surya, tell me the first derivative first. F dash x.
F dash x minus 3 into x to the power 1 by 2 is the function.
So
Given.
minus 3 times half
X
times
to the power minus 1 by 2.
half
minus 1 by
half minus 1, so minus 1 by 2, right?
Yes.
चलो, तो ये becomes -3/2, right?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Next is Mahesh. Tell me the second derivative. F dash dash. The other way of writing is F dash dash.
-3/4. Plus 3/4
हाँ, because
Plus
-3/2 into -half, so 3/4.
into x raised to -3/2.
Because -half -1, guys. So -3/2.
-3/2.
Very good. And Nishta, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Nishta, how shall we do the third derivative of this? F of dash 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 x or dx3/dx3. एक ही बात है.
Equal to 3/4 into -3/2
Yes.
x to the power -3/2 -1.
-3/2 -1. तो सॉल्व करेंगे तो -5/2. फाइनल आंसर आ गया. कितना आ गया? -9/8. और गैस दिस इज द न्यूमरेटर पे लिखा है वो मैंने -5/2. दैट्स इट. वेरी इजी एवरीवन. So derivatives of function of the form x to power n is too easy. Any question? Thank you, Nishta. Thank you, Jayasuriya. Thank you, Mahesh. Next. Derivative of constant. Logically, derivative constant क्या होना चाहिए? Y equal to 40. What is dy by dx?
Zero.
डेरिवेटिव कांस्टेंट इज 0 बिकॉज देखो डेरिवेटिव मतलब क्या होता है? रेट ऑफ चेंज. कोई कांस्टेंट है मतलब रेट चेंज नहीं हो रहा है. जब चेंज ही नहीं हो रहा तो रेट क्या होगा? राइट. दैट इज द पॉइंट. सो डेरिवेटिव एनी कांस्टेंट इज 0. अब इसको dy by dx निकालो, dy by dt निकालो, dy by dz निकालो, डजंट मैटर. इट्स अ कांस्टेंट फंक्शन, सो इट विल नॉट चेंज. सो डेरिवेटिव विल बी 0. डेरिवेटिव कांस्टेंट, डेरिवेटिव ऑफ ए function x to power n. Let's try some more. Now there are some 9 or 10 standard differentiation formulas which we are going to use it for all the differentiation of multiple big equations. So different xn हो गया, constant हो गया, derivative constant is 0. Derivative exponential function will never change. Derivative any exponential function will always be the same. That is advantage, very advantage. Any function, any exponential function. For example, if I say find d by dx, y equal to 15 ex. तो dy by dx क्या होना है? Obviously dy by dx will not change. Why? Because 15 तो constant है. Derivative ex is ex only. So dy by dx. Right. Derivative of the log function. No, log में फर्क पड़ता है कि we are taking the base as. Everybody knows differentiation between the log function of natural log and base 10 log. Everybody knows that. Log with the base e, log with the base a, log with the base 10.
Once explain, sir.
I'll explain. You know what is logarithm? Logarithm is like a logarithm is a different function, guys, right? Suppose a function is log x and base is e. मतलब वो मैं I'm writing here e. Let me write here. Exponential function वाला log. Then differentiation of this function is 1 by x. So yeah, log and exponent are related together. The point is log can have many things. See, logs का एक अलग ही concept है. Suppose if I say log of 100 और base मैंने 10 लिया है, so log of 100 to base 10 is 2. Other way of saying is what power of this base give me this? 10 to power 2 gives me 100, right? Let me write. Log का meaning ये होता है 10 का power 2 is 100. So when I say log of 100 with the base 10, answer is 2. Because when we draw these graphs, when we do normal scales, sometimes your y-axis or x-axis or z-axis, if they are too lengthy, normal scaling will not work. You start logarithm axis. You will start logs. So 10 times, like 1, 10, 100,000. So their logs are very useful. Some of you used it in your 11, 12, they know. So what the point is? Again, we have to take a log of 100 to the base 10. So it means what power of this base will give me this. Other way of saying, let me put another example. Base कुछ भी हो सकता है guys. Let me write another example. If I say log of 8 base is 2, so what should be the log of 8 base 2? 2 का क्या पावर ले तो 8 आ जाए? 3. Got it? Yes, that is the meaning of log. हम लोग जो बात कर रहे हैं log of x with the base e exponent. This is also called अगर log का बेस कुछ और है. If log base is not e, suppose log का बेस कुछ भी a ले लेते हैं. Let me write again. If we are going to solve questions, guys, this is just a concept. Log of x, say with the base say a. Let me write here. A can be anything. A can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, कुछ भी ले सकते हैं. So then the exponent is 1 by x तो रहेगा ही. Because log x is 1 by x. But because of a, there is something we'll add here. 1 by log of a. With base e. Guys, base e is known as natural logarithm. Whenever base e is there, it's a natural log. So, if any function with the form of log x with the base a, so it will be same 1 by x, but extra 1 by log of a to the base a. So, trigonometric function and other we'll talk. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to solve a lot of questions on this, but the main concept is. So, suppose if I say, suppose if y is, suppose if I say y is 5 log x. If I don't, guys, one more thing, if I don't writing this, generally we should write e here, small e, to show that base is e. No, generally we don't write, it means base is 10. If you don't write anything behind the log, it means base is 10. We call it ln. You are right, Soumya. ln is the normal log. ये log इसी को बोलते हैं natural log. Base e is the natural log. You call it ln in the books. You are right. So what is the dy by dx of this? 5 तो ऐसे ही आएगा. What is the log x का derivative? 1 by x. So answer is 5 by x. Correct? But if I change the quotient of say this is a, then your answer becomes 5 by x तो है ही है. Extra will get 1 by log of a to the base e. That will be extra. For example, if I change the quotient now, is it getting clear, guys? Very easy. If I change this quotient, say, find the log of, say, 20 log of x in base 10. So what we'll do is, first is 20 तो ऐसा ही है. Log of x is 1 by x. Wait. So The derivative of this is 20 is constant. Log of x is 1 by x. Now extra is base is 10. So we'll do 1 by log of 10 with base e. I know somebody who is very new to logs and exponent will be difficult. Otherwise, the direct differentiation is very easy. So 20 into 1 by x into 1 by log 10 base e. Clear, everyone? The x to power n function, constants, exponential function, log functions with base natural, with base anything. Let's do one question. You take a snapshot of this. I'm going to ask you 1 or 2 questions before we close today's class. And today is day for whole differentiation. We're going to solve at least 20, 30, 40 questions fast. Okay? Any question, anyone? I'm reviewing this now. Let's try. Sorry. Find first derivative of fx equal to minus 3 log x to base 5. Tell me the answer, guys. Everybody please write the answer. Vasu, Ari, getting it? Soumya, Akoju, Soumya, Vasu, Jesurya, Mahesh, all good? Please everybody write the answer for this. Susham, everyone. Tomorrow we're going to talk about trigonometric functions and property of differentiation. Okay? Nitrishi says, okay. Everybody write the answer, please. So, my f dash x, who will explain me? Any one of you unmute and tell me who will explain me this. And this is a very simple, guys. We are at level 1. We are going to do at least level 5 of differentiation. Who will explain me? Any one of you unmute and tell me. So it will be Akoju Soumya. How shall we do it? Minus 3 times. What is differential log x?
1 by x
Then
into 1 by log 5 base e, sir.
that's it. Log 5 and base e. Very easy, right, guys? Anybody feel different? This is the most easy part of differentiation. You can say we are just at level 1. See, whatever is in the left side, this, na, guys, 1 is this, 1 is this, 4, 5. This 5 formulas you can say, that's it. We are only using the 5th one here, nothing else. Tusham is clear? Niteshri clear? Jasurya clear? Soumya? कोई डाउट है किसी को? ये मेरे 5 फॉर्मूले लेफ्ट साइड में दिए ना, वही यूज करना है बस. You want to do one more question, guys? Let's do last question before we close today. Who want to solve this? fx equal to ये कल करेंगे, like I just give you example. 5 log x plus 3 log x to the base 3. Tell me the answer of f dash x. We are going to do this tomorrow, but I'm just giving example. It's a Mahesh, you want to do it?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Mahesh.
5 by x.
Because first of all, guys, this is one function is addition of two terms, 1 and 2. So keep it separate. So you are right. First we differentiate 5 log x. So 5 तो ऐसे ही होगा. And differentiate log x is 1 by x.
1 by x plus
Because यहाँ पे कोई बेस नहीं दिया तो मैं e मान सकता हूँ अभी for a moment.
plus
Plus
3 into 1 by x into 1 by log 3 by e.
very
3
good.
to the
Very
base
easy.
e.
Too easy, right? You are right. Let me write base e. And if I take 1 by x common, my answer is यहाँ बचा 5 plus 3, sorry, 5 plus 3 by क्या हुआ 1 by x गया 3 by log e, log 3 to the base e. Yeah, ln 3 as Soumya said. Got everybody? Enough for today. Tomorrow we are going to do a lot of differentiation. Let's join exactly at 2. Let's solve at least 20, 30, 40 questions. Okay? That's all for today then. See you tomorrow, everyone. If no questions. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye.